I'm going to de-rotate the legs because they've been rotating medially too far. And I do this with an upward and a downward pressure, just like that. And you do that 3 or 4 times. You don't do it to the point of pain, usually.
Okay, you do a snap at the end.
Just that little snap at the end just to make sure that we get it all. Then I'm going to grab calcaneus. I'm going to pull it down to change the angle and give it a medial rotation. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. One more time, please.
Down and in.
Down and in.
Yep, that's done. That's over. It's moving. Talus has to go directly lateral. So you just give a little bump at a time. It's very tight. Very tight.
So you're immediately rotating it in.
Basically, the legs were rotating too far medially, so was talus, because your legs rest on talus. So I've already kicked the legs over, and now I'm kicking talus over, and then there it goes. The lift or push point is here. You see it in relation?
Yep.
Okay. Now what I do, just check to see if there's any outstanding issues. I'll give it a little traction on the first.
Okay, yep.
Oh, she didn't like that.
Nope, she didn't. That's
So I'll do it again. And what you call a snap. Now you see what I'm doing? That's
Yes.
a little bit of pressure, a little bit of rolling. I'm not trying to change the planet's rotation, but what I found is right there. Yes?
Right.
Her hand just flew up. It's
Right there in the solar plexus of the foot.
Basically, you've got a subluxation there. And so give it a little traction, give it a little back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. One more time. Little traction, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. I'll let that set, just like a glass of wine. What I did is I set the soft tissue in motion. Then I'm going to work across the toes, like this, basically, because there's a muscle that comes here, here, and here.
Yep.
That most people have a problem with by the time they get to me. And by the time I get done releasing it, I'm going to go back to that first shaft, and I'll bet it's loose. Now, watch.
Oh, I heard the snap.
Did you hear the snap? All you have to do is wait for it. I've over the years tried to make it and force it. Won't happen. Put it in motion, walk away, and then come back to it. Click, it's over.
Yeah, you just let it. You just walk away for like I don't know, 5 seconds.
It doesn't take much. Cuboid is right here. See the indentation?
Yes.
So now we come across to the middle of the foot and then go medial, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Press in this direction initially. You can press straight down, but again, we have to go in that direction to get it all the way up.
Okay.
Does that hurt, dear?
Yeah, it did.
If
Okay,
it hurts,
so-
like she says, if it hurts, go back up and de-rotate the legs maybe 2 times. That little crunch going on right there. Now we come back. Does that hurt?
No.
You with me? That's a shortcut.
Yeah. So right there, you're at the very. Okay.
I'm pushing in this direction.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. What you're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
And there I can feel it driving all the way up in. Now you see how deep my thumb is?
Yes.
1/4 inch anyway.
Mm-hmm.
1/4 of an inch.
What are you doing on the other side?
On the other side, nothing. Over here at all.
You're just resting your hand.
Resting my hand. Before I get done, I want to make sure there's no plantar fasciitis. That's actually 2 muscles right here.
Yeah,
That one's not happy. So you see, I'm just doing some mild fascial release. Just press it and let go. There
Yeah,
it
I
goes.
do that with the
Sure.
tendon.
Now after
But
I
you
do
make
that,
it look a lot easier.
I go back. Yeah, anything that makes it easier on them and us. Make sure it's all the way up and in. Just like that. Tape it in place.
And that lasts.
Raise your foot from you. Thank you.
Now, normally, for the last other times, my navicular has always been stuck. You might
Yes.
do a little bit more with that.
And it wasn't this time.
Okay.
It is, if I grab hold of talus and it wants to move, I know navicular is going to move. But if it doesn't, then I will come over to navicular and just push it in that direction. A little bit as they rotate. This is navicular.
Okay.
So I'll just give it a little nudge. You see where it's going to interact
Yep.
with not only cuboid but talus. As talus rotates, so does navicular. And sometimes if it rotates too far, navicular gets hung out to dry and stays.
So it goes all the way out this
Yeah,
way.
well, all the way out could be in a 1/16 of an inch.
Well, for
It doesn't want to move.
I mean, it doesn't want to. It just crunched
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So you just
Because that's
give
what I feel on people all the time when I'm
Yes.
here. Is it's crunched out.
Yes. So just give it a little push. That re-engages this entire joint, and then you can move talus from there. Okay.
Okay.
Little secret. So now we are taped in place, and in theory, cuboid should be right where it's supposed to be. So I will finish with another piece of tape
You gonna put that above the other piece?
right here. That gives you all the arch support that you will need.
So you don't need to use kinesio tape on her at this time, right?
A kinesio tape has too much flex. I don't want flexion. I don't want any movement downward at all if I can prevent it.
Have
I
you used
want
kinesio
support.
tape on her before?
I have, but I regret using kinesio tape.
No, he didn't. Dr. Hoffman.
Oh, Doctor did? Dr.
Yeah.
Hoffman? Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
did.
You guys
Okay.
were out of it at one point.
Yeah, he uses it once in a while, because we were out of this tape.
Okay.
But it has too much flexibility in it, and I don't want that. I want stability.
Covidian. That, along with some kind of whatever that other stuff was, the double-sided,
The felt?
the felt,
Yeah. That's piano felt.
piano felt.
You can get that at a number of wholesalers.
Okay.
They use it on the piano keys to make the felt that actually hits the strings.
Piano felt. Gosh, I love the ingenuity.
1, 2, and this does not go on at any kind of tension. It just basically
It just holds the other stuff
measure
in
that.
place.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I'll send you a copy of this too.
Thank
Sure.
you. I'm going to have enough of them so I should be able to put them together and come up with something comprehensible.
Do you want me to send this to you too, Gary?
Oh, I'd love it. Love it. And that way I know I have enough material to present this to the public and then walk away. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stick around teaching people. I'll make a DVD.
Make a DVD. I'll buy it.
Sure.
I mean, I have this, but I'm sure you'll think of other stuff to.
There will be other things, but not as many as you might think. I'm trying to avoid complexity at all costs.
Right.
Like if I had my way, this wouldn't be called anything. It's just pain. And this did that, that did this, that did that.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me.
You bet.
All the way up.
You bet.
But it's
Now you see what I'm doing is I'm holding everything in place now.
yes.
Again,
Or you
this
take
does-
those two original pieces of
does
tape.
not have to be tight at all.
You're just holding those two original pieces in place.
Basically just like that.
Okay.
If you trip that in there too tight, it's like going to an athletic training facility and they'll tighten you up way
Well,
too
then you
tight.
can't move your foot.
Then you can't,
Right,
you
and
won't
over
breathe.
time, the tape tightens anyway. So if it started out
Over
tight,
time.
As it'll cut everything off.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you do a foot there.
Fabulous. All right.
And there's